YouTube Nation, MLB TV, aka Me TV, aka Destroy and Rebuild. We're going to start off this video this week like we did last week. This is a continuation from last week because I told you that I was going to go check out that local basketball court and what was going on over there when players, got in contact with me. I ran into them on the street and they let me know. Well, on Sunday, I actually got a chance to go over there and see what was going on. And I ran to a court, or should I say a half court. That's right, half court with nobody there. And for those who don't understand, this is on a beautiful Sunday. That's right. Now here in Philadelphia, especially in Port Richmond, that basketball community prides itself on playing basketball on Sundays. That's a big time to play basketball in Port Richmond. And to see nobody there is pretty pathetic. It just is. It's sad to see. But also understand, if you look at those pictures, there's no maintenance going on whatsoever on those courts. There's no lines on the ground so that people don't know whether to judge a two-pointer, and I say two-pointer, as opposed to a one, because in street ball you play by ones and then you have twos. It goes by twos and it goes by threes. So pretty much you have people who make up their own rules as they go along. But the house rules are, you play by ones straight to either the 16 or you play to 21, but you got to win by 2. So it extends the game a little bit longer, if you get what I'm saying, depending on how, things are set up, in your area. So when you have people who are outside of your area come in and you start making up these rules, especially because you don't have no lines on the ground, I mean, seriously, you don't know where out of bounds is, all these other things, people start arguing. And we see this a lot in a lot of basketball games, street ball basketball games. You will see this where near the end of a game, people start calling ticky-tack fouls. So they want to get that last point, or they don't know whether it was a 2 or a 1, or you get an and 1 ref or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? And this also leads to arguments. So that means there's going to be one guy arguing one side of his team, and another guy, and one guy's going to hold the ball, and they're going to argue for 10 to 15 minutes until it's resolved, even though it's only the last point of the game. Y'all know how this goes, all right? And this is the problem. If maintenance was put into the court, we wouldn't have this many problems, okay? Now, I will say this. If you look on the side of those pictures, there is a hockey rink there as well. Now, the hockey rink that's there, the roller hockey rink, it's also not maintained, which means nobody's there. If you look in the third picture, all right, when I show you the opposite side, what happens? There's a pool over there. Guess what? It's empty. What is going on at this park? I don't understand this, especially on a beautiful Sunday where kids should be out playing and it's a dead zone. This is what I mean. There's not much maintenance going on. So when I went to go talk to the groundskeepers and maintenance people, the staff that was there, and of course it was on a Sunday, so there was no one there. So I'm going to have to go back and I have to check it out. All right, I can't do it this week because I'm getting ready to go away. Y'all know I'm going out of town for the weekend, and I have a lot of work to do here. So, and I'm trying to push out as many videos as possible for you guys and girls. So understand, I'm very busy. So next week I'm going to have to go and check these things out. It is absolutely ridiculous that this is going on. Now, in Philadelphia, not too long ago, for those who don't know, 25%, that's right, of the population has left Philadelphia. I'll put the link in the info bar for you. But if we don't have any money for parks and recreations, it's amazing how these city planners can keep putting up casinos. That's right, and this is all sports related because they're getting ready to put a casino down there near the stadiums. That's right, and the people in South Philly are complaining, saying, we don't want the casino here. Just like the people over in Fishtown, or as some people would say, Northern Liberties, when they put the casino, the Sugar House Casino there, and they fought with that, and they didn't want it there, and yet it still prevailed. So we have all this time and all this manpower to put into these casinos. There's also supposed to be a casino right there near, the Philadelphia Inquirer. But it seems like we have money for casinos, but we don't have any money to boost the economy or to keep our parks and rec safe so that you can keep these people out of trouble. I don't understand this. Now, a lot of this with the casinos are part of the, the PA gambling, the board and everything. So I get that. Sometimes they they fund themselves, but not all the time. And this is another problem we've seen here, especially in Center City in Philadelphia, where on Walnut Street, there's a report just not too long ago where a lot of small businesses are leaving. They can't stay open because the average rent for a building on Walnut Street is $30,000 a month. So a mom and pop shop, yeah, see ya. Not happening. The only places that are going to be able to survive on Walnut Street are clubs and major chains. That's what's going to come down to. And it's starting to affect South Street as well. So understand, whoever is okaying all these things and raising the prices, this is not the way to go about things in business. Especially when you have, like I said, 25% of your population leaving, and let's not mention all the, the graduates that graduate in Philadelphia and then take off to other places. I mean, this needs to be fixed. It does. But the Parks and Rec is something I can only start with right now. And it's the only thing right now in the neighborhoods that means something to these people that don't have anything. But I'm wrong for doing this, apparently. Apparently some people on Twitter think that I'm not doing enough. But they're not doing anything at all. But yeah, like I said, and this is just the start of things to come. There's so much that has to be shown about these local basketball courts and just how the way things are done within City Hall. At least I'm going to bust this shit wide open because I'm telling you now, like I said, I have footage. Like I said, I just haven't got to it yet, from the documentary to show you guys. But you've seen me already before doing interviews outside on the street, asking what's going on, how they feel about the communities and things. You've seen this in videos already that I've done. So I'm no slouch. I'm going out there and I'm doing it. But it seems like people still don't give me my credit, man. It's crazy. But it's okay. It's amazing how I can sit here and try to do that and get no type of support. But a person like Riley Cooper, that's right, can go out, and we're going to talk about this, that's right, can go out and say a bunch of names, call people, and y'all know how much I hate the N-word. Y'all know how much I hate it, all right? I don't even like to say it myself. I've said it maybe 5, 6 times I can count on my hand on here, in video, in the previous, 3, 4 years I've been here. I've rarely said it, and that was only to label ignorance. All right, but for him to come out and say that he will fight any nigger, all right, or nigga, no matter how you say it, okay, no matter how you think the context was used, he'll fight any of them, all of them, at a Kenny Chesney concert. Let's get something straight, man. All right, let's get something straight. First off, there's not going to be that many black people at a Kenny Chesney concert, all right? So let's get something straight. He's within the confines of his comfort level. And what I loved about it when he said that in the video was that people who were also white, who were next to him, they didn't think that was okay either. They looked at him like, what the hell's wrong with you? So they knew it was unacceptable. So it goes to show you, it's not a black-white thing at this point, because black people didn't like that, white people didn't like that either, all right? And then you had all the other nationalities who have voiced their opinions on Twitter, on Facebook, on radio, on video. Nobody is okay with this. But that's the funny part. Because of all this going on and because of the supreme backlash that's happened against Riley Cooper, because a lot of people are saying that, well, he wasn't, excuse me, he wasn't known until now. Yeah, yes, he was. Well, here in Philly, we know who he is, all right? Maybe not worldwide because he's not that good of a player. But understand that we do know who he is, and when you make comments like that, you need to be reprimanded. Because I put it like this: if you were at your job and you said something like that, you get in trouble. The Eagles fined him, but won't tell us how much he was fined. I don't understand this. So we can fine Kobe Bryant $100,000 because he made an anti-gay slur. He made a remark, last season. But you won't tell us how much that Riley Cooper has been fined. Now here's the question, because as soon as the Eagles tell us how much he's been fined, do you understand the backlash? People are going to start picking it apart and saying, so what are you trying to say? Black people are only worth this amount of much, and and while gay people are this amount of much? People are going to start picking it apart. I'm not saying I am, but this is what people are going to do. Now I will put it like this because it's already started. But those who don't know, when this happened, Riley Cooper apologized, right? And so many idiots here in Philadelphia actually accepted his apology. Here were the poll numbers. So let me get this straight, Eagles fans, Philadelphians, idiots abroad who think that it's okay. You are willing to accept an apology from a man who did this in June. That's right, the concert was in June. So you're going to tell me that when he got caught in late July, that all of a sudden he's sincere about his apology? You can't be this stupid. And you're going to sit here and say it's okay. Look, let's get something straight here, all right? Why didn't he knew what he did wrong? Why didn't he come out and say something before that? Why did he wait? He was getting threats on Twitter about the video releasing. And what did he do to those people? He blocked them. If you don't believe me, I will put the link in the info bar for that as well. He knew this went on for so long and never said a damn thing. And yet all of a sudden, I'm supposed to just be okay with it. I'm supposed to just accept it. I'm supposed to turn the other cheek all of a sudden? No, he knew what he did. And then for him to sit here and say, oh, he will fight all these people at a Kenny Chesney concert. You know what? Why don't you go say that at a rap concert? All right? Why don't you go there, Riley Cooper, and see how it happens? Because you know you wouldn't do it. Look, the fact is, people, he knew what he did. And then Chip Kelly, coward-ass Chip Kelly, I'm going to talk about him because I'm telling you now, I don't like him. It's bad enough he tried to run away from the NCAA for them sanctions to come here to Philadelphia, but now after this, I'm done with him. Even not in preseason yet, and I'm done. Understand, Chip Kelly sent Michael Vick out there because it was reported by Sal Paolantonio that he sent Michael Vick out there to the press so that he can talk about the race issue and forgiveness. Did you know how much of an ignorant move that is? And I know how that is. So you're going to send a black man, all right, because we don't know if he's the leader of this team yet. We don't know. But I'm sure some media people are saying he is the leader of this team. Whatever. You're going to send a black man out there to talk on race relations. Or because of the history that Michael Vick has. You have to be kidding me. This is stupid. And I'm telling you this because I've had to deal with this before at other jobs where my boss will say, I don't want to talk to those black people. They look scary. Why don't you go talk to them because they're your kind? You can relate to them more. You've got to be kidding me. Do your job as a football coach and go address the issue. You let Michael Vick go out there and hang himself out to dry and say the dumbest thing. Oh, I can sit here and I can take his apology, and then we have to move forward. Nah, Michael Vick. Nah. What he did is unacceptable. It has nothing to do with football. This is beyond football, and you're going to hear me talk about that a little bit more. I'm going to say that one more time in this video, but understand, Michael Vick played himself. He did. And then LaShawn McCoy came out and said, I can't agree with that. I don't agree at all, and I can never forgive him for that. When your teammates are 99% black, the NFL, damn near 99% black, but you are brave. It's not even about color. I've done a video on this before about racism in sports. It is a brotherhood. You do not break that bond. Black, white, green, purple, yellow, whatever, it doesn't matter. When you are on that field, on that court, on that ice, it does not matter. You are supposed to watch each other's back. You are supposed to be able to trust each other 100%. What Riley Cooper came out and said tells me that he doesn't. He doesn't trust that many people. I'm not trying to hear he got into an argument and all that because people keep saying, like I said, talk about how it was alcohol. Nah, because for people that don't understand, he had a confrontation with another black man first, and that's what spawned him to say that. So it's not just the alcohol. Understand, this is something that needs to be taken care of, and I think the way Chip Kelly went about it was wrong. He dropped the ball when it came to the LaShawn McCoy thing on Twitter. He waited and didn't say anything for a while, right? Okay, now this. And now you're going to tell me you're going to give Riley Cooper a leave of absence? Really? Give him a leave of absence. And now, for those who don't know, today, he's brought back. So that small leave of absence for counseling, it only lasted a couple days. It didn't last long. That's all he needed to clear his conscience, though, right? You've got to be kidding me. And then, on top of this, they say that Sal Paolantonio once again reported today that Chip Kelly was adamant on bringing him back. Really, Chip Kelly? After all that's happened, no matter how much this could divide a locker room, you want to bring him back? I'm not trying to hear, I don't care anybody comes in here and says this, it's a business. I'm not trying to hear that. This is beyond football. I say it again, right? Yes. I say this because Stephen A. Smith comes out and says that Riley Cooper should be given a second chance, that America, that's right, America is the land of second chances. Really, if America is the land of second chances, why don't you ask those people out hustling on the corner if they get a first chance? All right? Why don't you ask those convicts who came out of jail and have straightened their lives up? Why don't you ask them about how they can get it, if they can get a job for a second chance? America is only good for second chances unless you're already in the spotlight. That's what it comes down to. And speaking of that spotlight, it depends on how talented you are for that spotlight. Because ESPN and Herm Edwards actually talk about this.
Now, it's a very different situation, but, Michael Vick comes back. He gets forgiveness from a very different situation because he has immense talent. Now, I'm not suggesting Riley Cooper's not talented, but maybe not on that level where he's worth a second chance. Right. Is that fair?
It's very fair. It's the old saying, you're going to try to treat everyone fair, but you don't treat everyone the same. That's exactly right.
So not only does that segment make Stephen A. Smith look like an absolute idiot, which we already know he is, but the fact is no one asked the question after Herm Edwards said that was, why isn't everyone given a fair chance? When have we come down to a society that we just accept things like this? It is what it is. Huh? Is it just that easy to just let go? Would it be so easy to let it go if that was your life? Everyone makes mistakes, sure. But you have enough common sense to know when not to say certain things. You know this. Oh, unless you're on the internet, then you can say whatever the hell you want, right? That's how it really goes. But you know, in real life, there are consequences to your actions. You know this. So why all of a sudden are we not questioning these things? The NFL thinks it's okay. Why is it that Pac-Man Jones got a billion chances before he was, set straight, when he should have been clearly thrown out a long time before that? When athletes keep messing up because they don't know how to appreciate what they have, it is a privilege to play sports and make millions of dollars doing that. That's not enough, though. You need to be loved, you need to be coddled, you need everyone to abide by your rules, your structure, your psyche so that you can play. You've got to be kidding me. Where have we come? Remember when football used to be about hard-nosed hitting and tough guys? Now it's turning into the NBA, which is turning into sort of like soccer. And I don't want to say that because there are some legit guys out there in soccer who still play hard. You know what I mean? But you've got to be kidding me. And this is something that we've seen come down time and time again. Seems like the generation of sports in general has changed. Everyone's making rules to try to make people safer. The NFL just not too long ago, as we know, they want to stop celebrations now. Ball spinning and stuff like that. So let me get this straight. You had already stopped celebrations in the end zone because you were fining people. Now you want to stop even more celebrations before the end zone. It makes no sense. I can understand if a receiver breaks for a play, he scores, he spins the ball. I can understand that. If anything, you don't say, oh, we're just going to cut it all out. When a receiver does that, you already did what you have to do. You penalize him 15 yards. He has to get the message eventually. It's bad enough receivers when they run and they don't get, the route they want. I want a flag. God forbid anyone touch them on the way there. This is what I mean. It's sad. And the NFL should know better. And on top of this, within all these second chances or first chances that, Herm Edwards is talking about, because it depends on your talent level. For those who don't know, the NFL may be profiling players now. That's right. Now they're talking about checking players' tattoos for gang-affiliated tattoos. You've got to be kidding me. This is very close to profiling at this point. I mean, anybody who has seen criminals when they go into, into the system, they take pictures of your tattoos and stuff so that, they know if you ever go do a crime outside of that time, they can catch you again. That's what this is pretty much. You've got to be kidding me. But yet, this is what the NFL is coming to. Roger Goodell is soft, very soft. Don't tell me that because the league already fined Riley Cooper that he's not going to do anything on top of it. Did we not just see what happened with New Orleans Saints? Seriously. I'm not trying to hear this. This is a bigger issue. Yes, player injuries with bounties and stuff, that's an issue. It's always been an issue, but it's always been in sports. This is something that I'm sure has been also in sports, but flies under the radar. Riley Cooper just pretty much exposed it. That's what he did. He broke it out. Like I said, this is the box that has been opened. And people now need to start questioning the NFL when it comes to these things. Roger Goodell is a smart man, but it seems like he picks and chooses his battles very poorly. Just saying. I do want to move on about picking poor battles. That's right. Because Major League Baseball, I'm telling you now, you suspended all these players for doping, whatever you want to call it, all right? Roiding, doping, PEDs, performance enhancing, whatever, okay? But Major League Baseball has another problem on their hands. Because every time you suspend somebody or ban people, it never works out to your, towards your advantage. You ban, like I said, we talked about this last week. You ban Pete Rose. Did you ban A-Rod? No. This is the second time now. How many times do you have to, how many chances do you need before, hey, you're gone? And it's sad because when A-Rod, when your report came down that a number of players were being banned, and Bastardo from the Phillies banned as well, all right? So you've been taking performance-enhancing drugs this entire time, all right? And you still can't get the damn job done. You gotta be kidding me. But let me get it straight, all right? A-Rod gets his separate, announcement. So we can talk about all these other players being banned or suspended for steroids, whatever you want to call it. Banned X amount of games, suspended X amount of games. But then at a later time, we have to have an announcement just for A-Rod. So let me get it straight. You need an announcement of an announcement that he was going to be suspended for 211 games. You gotta be kidding me. And here's the thing, because the link will be in the info bar as well. MLB, you're telling me you're suspending people now because you want them back for the playoffs? So you're worried about your money. You're not worried about cleaning up the sport. You just want to make sure they're back in time for the playoffs so that your ratings can go up. I'll put it like this. If this is true, MLB, you can expect, and I don't care how good the Phillies are doing or how bad they're doing, you can expect that I will not buy season tickets next year for my Major League Baseball team. I don't give a damn if the Phillies finish last or not. I still go to the games because that's what a fan is supposed to do. But the fact is, if you're going to sit here and tell me now that this is what's going on, don't expect me to have any season tickets next year. You will lose out. I will spend that money gladly on something else. It's a shame that MLB is thinking about this, and Bud Selig is going around bragging about how he's so happy about this. He's so happy. What are you so happy about? This has been going on for years, and you know it's been going on for years, and now all of a sudden you want to start putting people out there. But guess what? It doesn't stop them from making the money that they want. You understand that? Yeah, you made A-Rod not get that much money, but when he get back, he's going to get paid. He still gets, was it $62 million? He's still going to get that. Other players, once they leave teams and go to free agency next year because they're being, like I said, suspended for the games for this rest of the regular season, guess what? They're going to go to other teams that will take a shot on them and still get paid. It doesn't matter. Keeping them out of the Hall of Fame means nothing when you have millions of dollars. They are set. You need to start making examples, serious examples, and you're not doing that. This does nothing for baseball at all. If anything, it just brings attention to you to make it seem like the illusion that you're doing something when you're really not, Bud Selig. You should be ashamed of yourself. What you need to do is retire and let someone else take over, because you have gone out of your means. It's ridiculous. And lift the ban on Pete Rose already. When players are doing this much, I mean, seriously, A-Rod led the Yankees in 2009 to beat the Phillies, and all you did was talk about how much of a true Yankee he was, that he got over the hump, and now we're finding out that he was roiding that time. So you took a championship away from us, and you're happy about it, because, you know, they piped the Yankees up to the moon. And A-Rod. But now he's exposed. Where are you at now? This is sad. And let me tell you something, people, because I want to backtrack a little bit when it comes to baseball. I want to talk about football before I end this video, okay? A lot of people during Sunday night football game against Dallas and Miami, Miami. It was such a bad game, it didn't even matter who played. Dallas and Miami, it was a joke. But I'll put it like this. Dallas fans were coming out and saying, and from people who saw all those tweets, you know what I mean? Oh, Dallas Cowboys, they going to the Super Bowl. They going to the Super Bowl. And us Philadelphia Eagles fans were laughing hysterically when people were saying that because of one preseason game. Well, check this out. Here, that's right, SEPTA, that's right, are going around with the little caption on top of their buses saying, Philadelphia Eagles, you know, football, Super Bowl champions. Look, Philly, all right, now you can't even say anything about Dallas fans. It gets worse from here on. You should be happy if the Eagles even make it to 500 this year. And I say that because you know it's a rebuilding season with a new scheme, with new players, and all of it. Don't act like this is a Super Bowl contending team, especially when there's reports already about how referees are possibly, they said it's possibly, we don't know just yet, possibly will slow down Chip Kelly's offensive scheme. Stop this. If they make it to 500 this year, you should be happy. But if they go any higher, okay. But Super Bowl champions, stop this. Stop. All right, move on from that. This is what happened when fandom, and I understand that they're just trying to show their support. They are, but there are consequences to everything you do. This is what I mean. This gives ammo to other, you know, teams fans, like Giants fans and Cowboys fans. It gives them Washington fans. It gives them it gives them all types of ammo to keep taking shots at Eagles fans. You can't do this. Anyways, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm hoping to have another video out tomorrow, hopefully a gaming video, and possibly if I have the time, a gameplay video for you guys and girls. I'll talk to y'all then. Y'all be safe. I'm out.